Today, it is about timeless. You are timeless. You are timelessness. You don't go back into the old system of structure. You are time millionaires, empaths who are beyond the human experience game. And you are living a life of freedom, meaning you are not working in a scheduled environment. You have less and less structure. You are simplified and simplifying your life. You are in the process if you didn't yet. And you are completely living a life of timelessness. No schedules. You sleep when you want to sleep. You wake up when you want to wake up. You are so-called doing or being or living your joy when it feels joyful and not according to time, not according to any schedule. You are living the life of many, and you are an example of many who do not dare to live their life your way. And you might meet people who want to recycle you back into scheduled living, obligatory living, all that shit. But you don't function that way anymore, because that is not a way of life. You cannot even imagine to be or live that way. And many of them will not understand that. But it's okay. They don't need to understand it. You need to know your path and your unfolding mysterious, magical reality that you want to create. They don't need to understand it. They will not know it. You do not dilute your truth and thin out yourself by constantly explaining yourself to people who are still living a lie, which is your lie, but it is their truth. So let's not forget that, right? So simultaneously and paradoxically, all is equally valid and all is equally appreciated. Whatever it is, it's their choice, it's their life. So do not jump back into structure if your whole beingness feels and enjoys the structurelessness, because it is no time for you to live that way. Maybe never, maybe ever, you know. Some of us are here to really live the art of time, arting and art your time, and whatever it means for you. Because so many of you are on the level of consciousness where you already went beyond that so-called 3D human living, which you do not enjoy, or you don't want to be trapped by it. And so you want to be completely self-governed and self-sovereign in your ways. And this is why many of you get irritated by people or circumstances when they want to tell you that you should do this and you should do that and you should live like that. And it's like, when my mother was saying to me, oh, you cannot live like that. Of course I can. This is their limitation. So be aware and be vigilant of what they are projecting onto you, because they cannot live that way. unable to comprehend your ways, but it is not for them to comprehend it. You need to understand you. You need to know you. You need to know your current dream for yourself and living that dream in the now. Like, I remember when I was writing about it, and I was living it already, but still my human mind always wanted to take me out of that, wanted to rush back into a life which I could not even live, because I got nausea the moment I even was thinking about it. So it's not the way. So whatever that you think, and it creates this, this, you could just puke on it, that's not your way. You will know by the way you feel which way to go, turn, or be, and just be in your beautiful solitude. And a lot of people are, people, and even ourselves, our human mind, wants to take you back into that old way of living, which you cannot align yourself to do so. I mean, I met people who were saying, oh, well, and you should go, you have to go back to school and get a degree. And I mean, literally in that moment, I had to puke. I mean, I swear. And I said, listen, sweetheart, you got to go to school if you want to go to school. You got to get a degree if that's what you want to get a degree. I don't need a degree. I have hundreds of degrees. I don't need to prove to anybody what I know. I don't even need to prove it to myself, by a degree or obtaining a degree. I'm gonna get a degree, an honorable degree, because they're just gonna give it to me. So, but I don't need it. You need it. And maybe you have an agenda because you wanted me to go with you, because you want to grab onto my knowledge, grab onto my stuff. You have this little hidden agenda. You want to use me for your purposes. And I remember when I met people, even years ago, who wanted me to sell their products. I said, listen, sell your own shit. I have me. I mean, if I want to sell something, believe me, I have enough knowledge or cleverness or anything that I can sell. If this is the road or path that I want to take, but I know how my path is unfolding, and you don't know my path. So be aware and vigilant in that sense, really feeling yourself rather than thinking on anything. Like when you think that there is an opportunity in that sense and it shows up, something comes in, it's not what they want from you, it's what you know is good for you, okay? So, and it's not that you adjust yourself to their representation or presented stuff, but it's really knowing yourself, being sure, and self-partnering and self-trusting, rather than to jump onto the agenda of other people, the way they want to use you or whatever it is. And it's not about, it's just there, whatever, maybe they are passionate about their own stuff, but do not allow that to take you off course, meaning of your course, your current stuff, what feels right to you on your own path at this stage of your level of consciousness, okay? So you are a timeless being. You might not want to live, and I'm sure if you are already in that timelessness and if that nothingness, which other people are so excited about, but it gives you a puke feeling, well, it's not your path, okay? Because the nausea will be so much more present the moment you think or want to jump on the wagon, your soul. So you're going into soulful living instead of that what other people find so attractive. For you it won't be. So it's like you have to sense yourself and stay in that frequency of your knowing of what you imagined your life to be. In that sense, your current dream and all of its components, and not adjusting yourself in any way, not compromising your soul's way into no one's expectations from you, okay, or of you. You've got to know how it is acceptable to you. And a lot of us are not going back into some scheduled shit. It might be different later, but right now, when you are like, for example, the beginning of October, I've been told in my dream, right? 2 months inward, relax, just be. Do as you are pleased. Don't do as you are pleased, whatever. Whatever you feel inspired about something, you do it. You don't have to do anything. You are just in this, just enjoy, relax, just be. Whatever feels being to you in the moment, the best way, whatever feels best to you. You might be sleeping a lot this time. Those new light filaments that are coming in, we are aware and conscious in the moment. So we let it through, whatever feeling comes up, resurfacing, any hate or anger or whatever. A lot of us transmuting that. Because it might be a little debris of some older stuff that we still need to this is the leftover. Many of us are at the last stage of their ascension, meaning before the new cycle of your magical life begins. Many of us are retired in that sense, meaning it feels strange because you still want to do habitually certain things, but you are just a timeless being. You are in receiving mode, and which there are no requirements in that sense except self-care, self-joy, timelessness. You are energetically working, meaning processing certain things, and this is it. So timelessness. You are timeless, and other people are living on schedule. You're no longer living on schedule. Thank you. Bye.